of those three clocks is the same exact model as the one that's been standing on my parents' mantelpiece for the past 50 or so years. But if mom hadn't been shopping with me, I would never have noticed it. I was looking at the other clocks instead. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and mom and I went thrifting this week, which turned into a really fun walk down memory lane. I can get nostalgic about anything and everything, but apparently not about my parents' clock. And that puzzles me a bit. I could have, for $14.95, had my own duplicate, and nope, didn't want it, walked away from it without a second thought. That it just intrigues me because I can get nostalgic about anything. Then we moved on to the Goodwill bins, and I am suddenly insanely curious about how much an old metal manual typewriter weighs. It has to be a lot. At $2.29 a pound, wonder what that would have cost. Although I'm pretty sure that it's more than 25 pounds and would put you up to the dollar something a pound. I have typewriters at home. That one had a busted mechanism, probably because everybody in that it's come across has typed on it. I think I have the same Charles Wysocki puzzle in a cross stitch pattern or kit. Maybe it's one of the cruel ones. Either way, I love Charles Wysocki, and now I'm halfway thinking I could have got the puzzle and spent more time with the image. I'm 99% sure that this little hand knit sweater is Bernat camouflage. I knit my oldest son a sweater for it back when it was new, and that thing just hurt your eyes. This one was knit flat instead of in the round, and it came out much, much better than the one I knit. I am just so intrigued by how she got that wonderful diamond on the front. I wish the books at the Goodwill bin were just a little bit cheaper because this one is so pretty. I don't buy books just for putting on shelves to decorate with, but if I was propping things up to get different heights in my mantelscape, that's the kind of book I'd want to use. And I am kicking myself a bit for not buying this Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. I have several of these from different decades. This one was from the 1940s, probably late 40s if I can go by the copyright date. So I think it's older than any of mine, but it didn't have the fun line drawings, and it was really, really grimy. So I walked away from it, but the more I think about it, the more I think that might have been a mistake. The world is full of those cookbooks, so I'm sure I'll stumble across another one soon. I never look at the records, but this was fun. That Winnie the Pooh one we just flipped past, I had when I was a kid. The Jungle Book, I had when I was a kid. There are several others in here based. Lady and the Tramp, I had as a kid. Didn't have the Aristocats, but if that had not been torn up, I might have bought it just to put it on my wall because I love the artwork. I remember listening to these when I was just barely old enough to manage to play them on the big old wooden console stereo. Some of these I realized once I got to Snow White, these were storybooks in with the records. I never had any of those. I I hope these find a good home because I love the old Disney movies. I love the picture books from the Disney Book Club. I would probably listen to Fairy Tales by Danny Kaye. One of these days, we're going to get a record player, and then I'm not going to have a good reason not to buy these. So maybe it's a good thing that we don't have a record player. I'm also looking for a couple of bands I know that my son likes. If I ever find Discotheques and the Sexalettes, that will be coming home with us. This is old. I don't know how old. Probably should have looked for a date on it. That would have been smart. It's The Wizard of Oz, and the records are long gone. But I love the artwork, and I love the idea of it. And Part of me was thinking that I should go find out how much it would cost because I don't think they charge me for a record if there were no records in the cardboard. That could have been such a fun art altered journal thing. And I thought this was some old dollhouse furniture, but after poking at it a bit, it is calico critters. And my daughter is just a bit too old for us to have had those around, which is probably a good thing because I probably would have destroyed my budget wanting to buy them. Because dollhouses and little cute furniture and little cute animals. And if you watch my channel, you know how I am about all of that. We only went to 2 stores. We had a great time. I found a lot of things that brought up a bunch of fun, nostalgic memories. Anything here you recognize or would have bought? If there was, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you get nostalgic about when you find it in the thrift stores. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle, and this is my romantic tangle, and I'll be back with you with more videos soon.